Good morning, I'm Marcus Harun, happening this Tuesday here in Connecticut. And now this morning, here's the ballot they're using with two familiar names on it because they're back campaigning again. At the end of the speech, President Obama is greeting students and he's sharing some laughs, but he also had some jokes during the speech too. Festivities out here continue until 6 a.m. Thursday when 100 people will earn the prize of free Chick-fil-A for a year. One Michigan woman hit a big milestone today that very few people in the world will ever accomplish.
Let's take a look at this report by Marcus Harun and see if it seems, well, kind of familiar. Take a look.
Larry, thanks very much. We begin tonight with breaking news.
If he can do it all by himself, how come we need all these people?
That seems like it would be a very big responsibility to be in New York where some of the attacks happened. A special time for both of them, indeed. And Hester is one of only 7 people in the country to ever have this surgery. And that homeowner says be careful about who you meet online and who you let into your house. And because of her shopping adventure, she's going to be cared for the next year and then released into the wild. An update on the Yale New Haven hospital patient with Ebola-like symptoms this morning. And today is National Coffee Day. To celebrate, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, and Krispy Kreme right here in Connecticut will be giving away a free cup of coffee. And where's the best place to get coffee here in the state of Connecticut? What do you think needs to be upgraded most about Metro North? What do you think is going to happen? Will it pass for Hartford? Let me know on Facebook or Twitter at Marcus Harun. And we have a lot of news going on today, including the severe weather, so you're going to want to check out foxct.com or the Fox Connecticut Morning News 4 to 10 a.m. Good morning, everyone. Voters here in Hamden are heading back to the polls for the second time in just 6 months. There was a special election held back in May when the former mayor resigned, and now this morning, here's the ballot they're using with two familiar names on it because they're back campaigning again.
You're going to vote this November?
Hitting the streets.
Let's walk up here.
Talking to the voters of Hamden.
It has been a positive experience because I've met thousands of new people and listened to a lot of their concerns and a lot of their ideas for the town.
Both mayoral candidates spent the days leading up to the election asking people for their votes.
The reaction is they're pretty upset with the tax situation in the town. That seems to be the overall #1 issue.
Regarding taxes, Democratic incumbent Mayor Kurt Lang says there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
80% of the tax increases over the last 4 years are a result of the pension fund that almost went bankrupt. I would hope that if I'm elected again for a 2-year full term, that in my second budget we can freeze taxes.
Republican candidate and retired firefighter Bob Anthony says he would cut spending, signing off on each and every purchase order the town makes personally.
My name's Kurt Lang, I'm the mayor.
Another major issue for voters, the town relations with Quinnipiac University.
Quinnipiac realizes there are problem houses, off-campus problem houses, that they don't have any control over, so to speak. So I think as a town, we need to start with the enforcement side of it.
Lang says he's on it, speaking to university leadership in person and by phone 6 times this month.
There's a lot more communication happening on both ends over the last 60 days, I would say, than has in a very long time.
As for today, both candidates say they will be traveling to different polling places, trying to make a last-minute push for votes. That's the latest here from the Town Government Center in Hamden. I'm Marcus Harun reporting.
That's some excellent chicken.
Chick-fil-A is a fast food restaurant common in other parts of the country. It specializes in chicken, and Connecticut has never had one until now. The grand opening at this restaurant in Brookfield is Thursday morning, but it's got dozens of people already camped outside.
I came at 6 o'clock this morning and I set up my chair and my tent.
The reason? The first 100 people win free food for a year.
Eat more chicken! Woo! Our great raving fans out there are having a blast. The team members are having a blast, and you can just feel that energy in the store right now. And you're gonna feel it tomorrow, you're gonna feel it on Saturday, but you're gonna feel it every single time you walk in this store.
For spending 24 hours outside, people seem pretty comfortable with their tents, chairs, and coolers, but you have to see what Dave Miller and his friends set up.
It's official.
I knew I wanted some entertainment, so I brought my TV and my Xbox. We're going to use power stations, but we realized that we could get the power from the extension cords all the way to the sign. So we have that running to that, and right now we're watching Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
A fancy setup in the parking lot of a fast food place, but everyone's finding their own way to wait out the hours till their free food.
This way I can take the family to Chick-fil-A whenever they like.
At 6 a.m. Thursday. Marcus Harun, Fox, Connecticut. Surgery can be scary, so it's a relief when a doctor says your operation was successful. Carrie Simon got the all clear after her heart surgery in 2002. Then, as she lay in her hospital bed recovering, something didn't seem quite right.
The infectious disease doctors come in, 2 of them come in, and they told me that I have some kind of a infection in my sternum where my heart surgery was.
Carrie, the doctor said, had contracted MRSA, a bacteria that is responsible for several difficult-to-treat infections. What makes them so difficult is that they are resistant to many antibiotics, and it can strike anyone at any age.
It's a big problem in athletes, in the pro teams, in the locker rooms. But there's so many antibiotic resistances that are developing, and it could only get worse.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say it's getting a lot worse. Their new report says at least 2 million people in the United States become infected with drug-resistant bacteria annually.
The American population doesn't have any idea of the extent, the numbers of people who are affected by it.
The CDC calls them nightmare bacteria, and they can cause potentially catastrophic consequences. But how do we stop it? Doctors say hand washing and hospital sterilization are 2 ways to prevent infections.
Usually hospitals allow 16 minutes between patients to clean a room. That is inadequate to really clean a room.
How long a specific bacterium or a virus can last in the environment on a surface varies widely from minutes to days and weeks. So hand washing is absolutely critical.
In fact, hand washing is such a big issue because recent studies say that up to 50% of doctors aren't following proper hand washing procedures in hospitals, and that could lead to the spread of deadly diseases.
Something in the hospital gave me that infection, whether it was somebody not washing their hands or a piece of equipment.
Through several operations, surgeons removed Simon's MRSA, and she is now back at home in West Hartford with her husband and 3 healthy children. But others aren't so lucky. 23,000 people die each year as a direct result of these infections. That's more than die from AIDS.
The CDC is scared, and I think they want us, I think it was a real heads up that they want us to pay attention.
The CDC says it wants to raise awareness about drug-resistant bacteria and get the government, doctors, and drug companies to pay attention. Marcus Harun, Q30 News. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Marcus Harun, and from all of us here at NBC News, good night.